So we wanted to bring to you two products that are really interesting and exciting to use in the print industry. The HP R530, HP's latest all-in-one printer that allows you to print roll-to-roll just as easily as you could print rigid material. But then the other is a material. It's a product called DriveOn Graphics that allows you to print digitally to a material that's going to stick to a whole bunch of surfaces and allow you to drive a vehicle over it. With me today, I have Micah here from FloorSignage LLC, who produces this DriveOn Graphics. Micah, you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about this product.
Yeah, thanks very much, Neil. So DriveOn Graphics is truly the first material that's designed to withstand automobile traffic. It's a direct print product that is just super easy to produce, very easy to install, just really a sweep, peel, stick, and compress. And the life expectancy is kind of one of those things, Neil, that we get asked about a lot. I mean, a car is driving on it. How long can it possibly last? And the lab test that we did on this, especially when you do a clear coat to it, the image can hold up to over 350,000 tire cycles. So that's tires turning on it. So really depends where you place it as far as how long it's going to last. But it's just a great product, and we're just thrilled to be selling this through Grimco.
Nice. And that was the one reason I wanted to have it featured with the HP R530, the new hybrid roll-to-roll all-in-one Swiss Army knife of a printer that HP has launched here. This material is thick. So when you talk about car tires driving over it, what's the exact thickness of this media?
It's 60 mil, Neil.
Okay, yeah, it's 0.07 or 0.08. It's a thick vinyl. Not going to work with a lot of roll-to-roll printers. Although this is approved for HP latex ink as well as UV print, the R530 is definitely a necessity. This is not going to fit through a roll-to-roll printer. But the other aspect of HP latex that makes it such an incredible print technology is unlaminated outdoor durability. Most print, banners, signage that I'm printing with an HP latex printer, I'm going to get 3 years expected outdoor durability. But you're saying you can then put an overcoat, a top coating, clear coating essentially, and extend that life even longer?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up, because all of our products that we make, the AlumiGraphics product line, for example, all of it's direct prints and nothing needs an overlam. With this product, we found that a liquid laminate on top of it is just going to protect it even longer. So when this is out horizontal in a parking lot being driven over, a little added protection with a liquid laminate or a clear coat on this is going to extend the life of the image.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Can we chat for a minute about the applications of surfaces? Not all driveways are created the same. What's the range of acceptable surfaces this stuff can be applied to?
That's great. So it's really designed to go on asphalt and concrete, but your question's good, Neil, because, it's not all created the same. So, in our instructions, we're try to be pretty educational about, this is not designed to go over cracks and holes or over even, oil slicks or puddles. So,
Gotcha.
That the surface is clean, unbroken is, an ideal, but both asphalt, concrete work great. We do recommend an installation primer, which just gives it it gives the surface a waterproof or vapor-proof barrier. But the applications for this product has kind of been interesting. People ask us, well, why would you use a graphic on a parking lot? And as you start to explain it, they go, okay, well, I get it. Drive-through lanes at fast-serve restaurants, handicap parking, EV charging stations, directional arrows, pickup for online orders. There's a lot of really cool applications for this product.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason that we developed it is just simply because after years of people calling us asking, hey, can AlumiGraphics be used, on a parking lot or withstand automobile traffic? We realized there's an opportunity here. There's a market for this product.
And so that would be the big difference between this product, the DriveOn, and your AlumiGraphics Grip or the AlumiGraphics Smooth, is this can withstand tire traffic, heavy usage. But let me make sure I understood you right. If you want a more permanent application, that's when you use a primer. If you're doing just an event signage where cars are pulling into Coachella or whatever you have at some sort of event, you can not primer it and then have it remove afterwards. Some residue may have to be cleaned from the glue, but a more permanent application is when you use the primer setup on the floor, correct?
You're exactly right. Very good. You got it right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an exciting product, and I'm amazed by how, I mean, photorealistic print that you can drive your vehicle over. Like, yeah, sign me up all day long. That burger just makes me want to order a big lunch.
So Neil, so tell me about printing DriveOn graphics on this HP R530.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Micah, I have used the AlumiGraphics, the other products, the Grip and the Smooth, and other HP Latex, the roll-to-roll machines. And that's what I was so excited to see, a thicker, more challenging substrate to be able to use this machine for it. So with this machine, I can print on media that's up to 2 inches thick, but I'm not working in a roll-to-roll fashion. I can do sheet-fed or roll-to-roll. And so when I ran this last set on here, I decided, rather than webbing up my machine, I just cut my graphics about the size that I needed, and I fed this through sheet-fed, which touches off on the material, figures out the exact thickness, and I go to it. When I was printing roll-to-roll, running a much longer run of set on there, I was able to put in a Kentucky windage, I guess is the best way to say it, an adjustment to my head height for roll-to-roll. And so that's how I knew the 0.07, that's how thick I mic'd it with the micrometer and was able to raise that print head carriage height up, even though I was running roll-to-roll. The really neat thing is the drive mechanism from the load side all the way through the machine has 3 independent vacuum zones, and so I'm able to max out my vacuum zones and keep that material nice and flat all the way through the print zone. And then obviously the HP Latex ink gives me that instant throughput, instant dry, no smell, no odors, but at the same time, 3 years outdoor durable, perfect combo for this machine. So if I was doing that, short term, I want people to drive over it, but the event's only, a couple months, maybe the summer events, perfect, no over laminate required. If I wanted longer application, then we could go with that clear coat. Perfect pairing with HP Latex in this media.
Very good. And I would add too that you can cut shapes with this. One of the things, the texture on this product is glass bead. The glass bead gives it the non-skid, non-slip, but as well as a reflective property to it. So cutting through this, we would recommend like a 60-degree blade, same type of blade that you'd use on AlumiGraphics Grip.
Right. Yeah, and I was able to slice and dice on my Suma cutter, get nice rounded corners, clean cut on there, all the way across.
Beautiful.
When you're using it outdoor graphics, you want to try to avoid those square corners because that kind of becomes a tripping point. So having a nice rounded corner, smooth edges, less chances for that graphic to lift at the edges. An application couldn't be easier. Press it down, drive a car over it a couple times. Your car can be your best squeegee.
That's absolutely true. In the instructions, we do talk about things like a tapper, but not everybody has one. But the automobile, just putting it down and this rolling tire over it back and forth one time, that's all it needs.
Yeah, sounds perfect. So Micah, fill us in. We've talked about a couple times some of the other products that are available from AlumiGraphics or with the AlumiGraphics product line.
Yeah, so here at FloorSignage, we manufacture not only the DriveOn graphics, which we're talking about today, but AlumiGraphics is probably what we're most well known for. So we make AlumiGraphics Grip, and it's a foil-based product that is, again, direct print, prints on everything, so solvent, eco-solvent, latex, UV, and the product is aluminum foil-based. So a couple of things about the AlumiGraphics line is it's all direct print, as I mentioned. It installs very simply, so no need to heat. Because it's foil, it's pliable, it'll conform to brick pavers, concrete, asphalt, stucco, anything like that. Life expectancy of Grip is a year outdoor in the elements with heavy pedestrian traffic on it. And when we go vertical with AlumiGraphics Smooth, the life expectancy now changes to how it's printed. So I'd be interested, a little bit more since you're the expert here with latex printers. But, our experience with latex is the image will hold up without signs of fading for at least 3 to 4 years outdoor in the elements before signs of fading.
Without a lamination, no need to laminate
Correct.
that before applying too. Yeah, it's quite amazing.
Yeah, that's correct. I think the other two things that are really I would bring out about the AlumiGraphics line is that these products are recyclable, so they can go into aluminum recycling when disposed or they're through with it. So it's kind of funny. It's still something that's been there from the beginning, but it's now starting to get interest. The other thing I'd add too is DriveOn Graphics, AlumiGraphics are both made here in the U.S. So we use U.S. sourced raw materials, and it's made here in Ohio.
All right. No, that is all really good stuff. So, guys, if you want to find out more about these DriveOn graphics, more about my HP Latex R530, or any of the FloorSignage products like the AlumiGraphics Grip or the AlumiGraphics Smooth, check out Grimco.com or call your local sales rep. Ask them, say, hey, I'd love to see some samples, or hey, send me a roll. I need it tomorrow. This sounds really awesome. And maybe throw in one of those printers while you're at it. So, thanks for watching. Hope this video has been helpful.